My name is Storm DeBarge. I am from Los Angeles, California. I am a professional movement artist, director, choreographer. I do movement coaching. I do it all in the city of Los Angeles. And of course, I travel, I teach. But yeah, a lot of fun, cool things in this industry. My mom always had me musically inclined. So even on those Sundays when you have like the cleaning days and your mom's playing music loud early and you have to get up and clean, it's always good music. Once I realized I loved to dance, I had to be around like 5 or 6, like just always dancing in the living room, always at the family functions and the parties dancing, always trying to get people's attention and make me like center attention, like, oh, I can dance, like I can be your guys' entertainment for the day. So I was always doing that. I was never like trained for real, but we didn't have like mirrors or nothing. Like my mom didn't have money. I wanted to go to Debbie Allen because like being in LA, you like that was the thing. Like, oh, you go to Debbie Allen? Are you going to Debbie Allen? But it was so much money at the time, and my mom didn't have the money to do that. So it just gave like I just danced at school or just found my ways to dance. I went to the Boys and Girls Club when I was a kid, and they had a dance team, but it was just for the teens though, and it was in the teen club. So I was about like 8 or 9, and I used to always just hang out by the door, and I used to just wait, like my time is coming. Like 13 is far away, but my time is coming. And the dance teacher, Ebenetia, who was my first ever dance teacher ever, I remember she would catch me at the door and she would get mad at us because there was a lot of us like little kids that wanted to be in there, but we couldn't go in there. So she's like, you guys need to get from by my door. Like, don't come up here. You guys are not teens. You can't come in here yet. But I used to listen to the music they were dancing to. It was like the early 2000s. So I used to just listen to all the Nelly and the Chingies and the T.I.s. And I'm like, why can't I dance to that? Like, what's going on with this? So she caught me one day and she was like, hey, little girl, you know how to dance? Like, keep hanging around my door. And I'm like, yes, let me in, because I will show you right now. And then she let me in, and then it was only like me and 2 other girls that were like 8 and 9 that were able to go into the teen center and dance with them at dance. So that was like one that like blew my mind, because I was like, oh my God, I finally made it to the teen center, and now I could dance with the big kids because I can keep up. From there, I was just always dancing. So dancing when I got to middle school, dancing when I got to high school. I stopped dancing for about like 2 years in high school because someone close to me passed away. So I was like kind of over it, like, because he also danced and he was one of my mentors. So I was just over it, and I started playing football in high school, and which I was still dancing, but I started playing football in high school. I was the first and only girl at my school at Santa Monica High. I was the kicker. So it was like really fun. I loved it. And that kind of like took a lot of like time out of me, but on the times that I got to dance, I danced, and I realized that I still love to dance. But to us at that point, you couldn't make money off dance. So that wasn't a thing. It was just like, oh, you're just dancing. Like, it wasn't a thing where I could be like, oh, I can make it a career. I never thought of it like that. I always thought like I was just dancing to have fun, and I always had jobs. Like I always had 2 to 3 jobs, and I'll go dancing on the weekends. I'll go to parties and things like that. But once I graduated high school, it was kind of a question of like, did you want to go to college or did you want to dance? And I realized by that time, I think I was like 18, and I was like, I think I want to dance. Like, something has to work, right? Like, I don't know. So I just did not go to a 4-year. I stayed in the city. I went to a junior college. I went there for like a year. I dropped out. So I was just doing the best that I could, just trying to make myself known. And then that kind of like did what it had to do. At one point, COVID came. Sadly, I had signed to a dance agency in 2019, and then COVID came. So I only did like 1 job, and then going to 1 job and then like not working at all was crazy. But coming out of COVID, I kind of just started like making videos. Like, we had more time on Instagram, so I was making videos. I linked up with my videographer now. His name's Cooley. And we just shot a lot of videos every time, every day, all day. And I was just filming and posting and tagging artists. And that's kind of how everything happened for me, in a sense. Yeah. 2021 BET Awards with Meg Thee Stallion. So at that point though, before that, I knew like who I was, you know what I'm saying? I know who I was as a person. I loved myself. I loved what I was doing. Like I said, I was making the videos. I'm known for the girl that was always making videos to all the artist songs, posting them, going crazy or whatever. But then when they asked me like, oh, are you available for BET? And I'm like, BET? I watched that. So I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I did BET with Meg Thee Stallion, and that was like super dope at that point because I think she also was a new artist. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's 1 job. Great. And then the next day, literally, they asked me if I could do a Migos music video. And I was like, wait, like, is this what this life is? Because I had a lot of friends in the industry as well that were always on tour, dancing, music videos, doing things. But at that point, I didn't know it was tangible for me. I thought it was just what I was already doing. So once I started getting bookings and people started seeing like, oh, she can do choreography, she can do music videos, she's dope, da 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 da. That's when I realized like, okay, cool. I need to take this a little bit more serious than I already am. So going to class, linking up with dancers, and then after that, it's just everything started going crazy. Yeah, 2022 is when everything kind of just went and never stopped. When I was little, it started off with Michael Jackson. I feel like that's everyone's. Like, my mom used to play that man so much and show his videos to me, and I used to be in front of the TV, like, trying to copy him. I think I just loved how serious he was about his craft, and it was just always constant. Like, I was watching his shows and people passing out at his shows and just how crisp and clean he was. So I loved him. Fatima Robinson is also one of my mentors. She's the GOAT. She's choreographed everyone, Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, anybody you could think of, really. Busta Rhymes, Snoop, and every artist, actually, I feel like she's touched on. She's brought me in on so many great projects and life-changing projects for me. And then also too, I looked up to my sisters. They're called the Councilwomen. There are 5 of us. We're a part of a women collective. And if I didn't have them also too, I don't know where I would be right now as a woman, as a grown adult, actually. They're just super dope. Like, I love working with them. They really inspire me and motivate me to like keep going and being who I am. Yeah. I feel like it created kind of like I don't want to say a monster, but it created like a nice monster where it was like, you really can't play with me. Like, I've been through all the life things with my parents. I've been through the heartbreaks with the family members. I went through the heartbreaks with my friends and just like realizing who's not there for me, who's there for me. When I had no house to live in, no roof over my head, fighting to get food, not eating all day, staying on campus at SMC all day just so I can get free food, or, just doing little things like that and realizing like, okay, cool, there is moments where you really have to figure it out by yourself and on your own. So that definitely shaped me, and I had to just go with that through life. Like, sometimes you really have to be by yourself and figure it out and not ask for help. And if you ask for help, you might not get the help. A lot of people are not here for you, and you have to like create a strong bond with certain people so they know, and they know like you have each other. Sometimes you have to go through losing friends and people that you grew up with as kids. Like, you might think like, oh, we're gonna be friends forever and you're my best friend for 15. Sometimes that is the case, but a lot of times when you're trying to figure you out and figure out what you love, a lot of people don't understand that. They go through like the regular, I feel like, life of like going to school, getting a good job, going through college, getting a degree, getting whatever they need to get for that job. And then they're just living like, not a regular life, I want to say, but it's kind of like just the standard of life. Like, oh, you have to go to school to get this, to get a job. And then you start your family at this age, and then you do this and you do that. It's like, no, I don't know why anyone said that's like the essay of life. Like, everybody's is different, as long as you keep going and doing what you have to do. So I feel like everything that happened to me definitely made me who I am today. So now I don't really get butthurt like that. Like, I'm just like, oh, you can't show up. It's okay. You don't support me. It's fine. You don't get it. That's fine. Like, I'm good. I'm still going to be good. I think loving myself was number 1 too. Like, just figuring that out and loving what I do and just knowing exactly what I want to do with my life. They reached out to me a couple months ago, before it was supposed to be another date we were supposed to do. So we did our research and things like that. My manager told me what it was, and anything for the kids, I'm for the kids. But of course I didn't know it was all of this. Like, I didn't know they had buildings with different rooms that like are for a lot of different things, not just dance. So it's super dope, and Miss T's dope, and the whole team is super cool. So I love it here. It's fun. Everybody just has really good energy. I didn't feel like any weird vibes. I feel like sometimes when you go to different places, it can be like a lot of people don't talk to you, or it's like one person that talks to you. I feel like everybody kind of just has great energy, and you can tell that they're a family here, and they talk and they work together, and it's like an everyday thing, and they all kind of want the same end goal and they're on the same mission, which I really love, because that means everybody's on the same accord. I also feel like everyone, there's different parts to it. Like you have the filming crew, okay? You have the choreographers, you have the people who make sure the paperwork's right. You have the people that go out and do things for the studio, and the people that make sure the studio's clean. But I think everybody shares the same love here for what's going on. So the energy is just always up. But I love it. I like it here. It's cool. You may not have the parents that understand what you do, or the people around you understand what you do. So if, for instance, sometimes I used to get in trouble for playing music loud and dancing to it. Mind you, I'm not being bad or nothing. Like, I'm just dancing. What's wrong with that? And it's like, turn that music down. It's too loud. And it's like, oh, well, okay. Well, if I had a place like this, I'd be like, well, deuces. I'll see you later. I'm going to go to the dance studio and blast my music and dance. I remember she was explaining to me about a little girl that wanted to be a DJ. I think she's a DJ. But they have a room for DJs. It's so cute. You can make music. They have a room for painting, for art. They have the podcast room. She was telling me about the girls, they have the on-site girls that do hair, that know how to do hair. You could just make your bag. You know what I'm saying? You can figure out your business here. A lot of spaces don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. Parents don't have the funds for it a lot of times, just to go buy you things for it to make it happen. Now I feel like it's easier. Of course, you can make money, get on TikTok, get on Instagram, raise money, start to go for anything. You can do anything now. So you can get your camera and go outside and make videos, but it's no, you have these different spaces and make it your own. So you can start your own podcast tomorrow if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure film crew would be yeah, I'm down to show you how to use the camera and lighting, and then that alone is good because you can use that for your podcast. You can also use regular lighting, but it's always good to have good lighting on a camera. So I think it's just really dope to have all of these different spaces, and it also can open up, even if you were a dancer and I just wanted to come to the dance studio, and it's actually, I don't just have to dance today. I can go get into my drawing bag, or I can go figure out something on the computer, make a video, go into the movie theater and look at it in the movie theater. So I think it's cool. I think it's so cool. There's so many different things. It's not just a dance studio. She loves what she does. You could tell, just off conversation with her. I got a tour, and just seeing, we went into one of the classes because I wasn't teaching at the time, and just how she looks out and can spot out what's going on, and just putting in her 2 cents. I'm that's something I would do. I was I'll be saying that too. So I think just how driven she is, and she never really gave up no matter what happened. Even buying the building, just having the conversations with her as well about that, and just making it to what she wants it to be, because she's seen how she wanted it to be, and she wasn't going to listen to anybody, and that's the kind of person I am. Once I have the goal and what I want to do and how I want to do it, it's going to happen. I don't care if it's in 5 years, 10 years, it's going to happen. So just to see what she has created here and the relationships that she has, you can tell that she definitely looks out for everybody here, and they look out for her as well, and make sure that everything is going on. But I like her. She's dope. For sure. Yeah. Working more, and then of course, like I said, I want to just start building out this whole studio situation in LA. I have my LLC. I also give back to my community through free groceries and free food every Friday at one of our staple places in LA called the Slauson. We give back free food every Friday to over 200, 300 families. It's a really dope thing to be a part of. So just putting those things together and just continue to give back to my community however I can, even if it's not with dance, so they know that I'm here and I'm not going anywhere, and I can literally assist with anything that they need. So yeah. Just you can do, for my legacy, you can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't listen to anyone. Not as far as don't listen to anybody. You want to listen and get opinions and things like that. But as far as what you want to do, if you have your mark and how you want to do it, wherever you want to do it, you can do it. And just be you. through and through, no matter what. Like, don't let anyone tell you your personality is too much, your energy is too much. Don't let them tell you like, oh, that's not going to work in the industry, because it is. Make your path, make your way, create your own path in your own lane, and live in that, because I did it and it's possible and it's doable, and I'm literally a walking testimony of that. And change the dynamic in areas that you feel that need change. So shout out to Studio T all the time. I like y'all cool. Shout out to everybody in LA, my big homies, my mentors, my sisters, Cooley, my team around me. I love y'all so much. Everybody that continues to support me, that shows up for me, and all the artists, everybody, I love y'all, and keep working. And we just gonna keep getting to the bag. Yeah.